Morning everyone, Joe McDonough here. I feel like I'm talking about the same thing every single day at the moment, but it's the thing that's just in my head and it's absolutely dominating everything I'm thinking about. And that's me still moving to Europe and how much it's freaking me out. And I remember saying in another video I did before that moving overseas is generally quite easy for me, and I never really had this sort of nervous apprehension before. That's not actually correct. I'd just forgotten all these flashbacks of me when I first moved to Brazil when I was 18. It was very, very similar feeling. It was just absolute dread, freaking out about everything that was going to happen. Just the unknown, basically. I wrote a whole blog post on it. I think it was the first blog post I ever wrote for this business. It's just funny that I forgot that feeling and how nervous and how bloody petrified I was. Like, I remember the day before, I was just shaking the whole time before going to Brazil. I was freaking. I just had adrenaline, and it was just fear adrenaline, like I was going to be killed or something. And I remember driving to petrol station, survey, and picking up a pack of smokes. So Winnie Blues at that time, they were pretty strong. I didn't smoke. I just remember chain smoking like mental. I just wanted something. The equivalent of sort of getting high, my equivalent at that time was just getting as much smoking, trying to get that head rush, that head spin when you're not used to smoking, and sort of did that, and I gave myself a few minutes of reprieve, and it was nice. And I don't want to do the same thing now because I don't like doing that to my body, but knowing that I have actually been through this before and it's not the first time is a little bit comforting in that regard. But the most important thing for me looking at this and looking back at that experience is that year in Brazil was probably the best I've ever had. It was certainly the most growth I've had as a person. It was the most eye-opening, and I was so bloody petrified before I did it. For no real reason. It's just, your mind just goes mental when you're doing these things that you don't know what to expect, and it's like all this fear of the unknown. But sometimes it just ramps it up 30 million years, and you're absolutely freaking out. It's like you've got this imaginary gun pointing at your head the whole time, cocked, ready to go, ready to blow, and you're just freaking out about what it's going to feel like, what's going to happen, am I going to die? And it sort of feels like that a bit for me at the moment. Less now, and the more I talk about it, the better I feel. More calming it is, but it sort of feels like that, me moving overseas this time. I don't really know why. I mean, first world countries, they speak English. I can read everything over there. I'm not going to have any communication issues. There's a whole lot of things that make it really quite simple. Yet I'm still freaking out. So I'm hoping that that's just leading to something really, really good. I'm still scared, but I'm getting excited. I've got less than a week now before I head off. So yay! But looking forward to it. I'm sure it'll be great fun.